Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In last video we talked about the basics of routing, and in this video we are going a little further. We are going to deep dive into the static routing and what it is and how to implement static routing in a Cisco device. So we are going to do all of that. I'm going to show you all of the steps. So let's begin. Before we proceed, just one more thing that I have asked you guys on my Instagram that what is the field which you want to see more videos on, and you guys voted like if we want more videos on CCNA. So from now on, I promise that every week there will be some content on CCNA. I really appreciate your help there. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, please go follow. Links are in the description. Let's proceed with this. So first of all, the static routing actually means that you are doing all of the routing task manually. Now, what does this manually means? So we will directly jump into an example, a practical example. Suppose we have four different routers, and we have like connection between all of them: router 1, router 3, router 2, router 3, and router 4, and all of them have different networks. Router connects different networks, so we have all different networks. All of the networks have /30 subnet mask. Now for router 1, we will start with the router 1. For router 1, this 192.168.20.0 and 192.168.10.0, both of these routes are local route. So in router 1's routing table, 192.168.10.0 and 20.0 will be pre-installed, as both of them are directly connected to router 1. So both of them are local route for router number 1. Now suppose we want to communicate to 172.16.10.0. If we don't use any kind of routing algorithm, we have to manually put all of the other routes in the router 1's routing table. So in router 1's routing table, we have to put that if you want to go to 172.16.10.0 from router 1, follow this path, means follow FA0/0 in router 1's routing table. Suppose we want to do 10.16.15.0. So 10.16.15.0, if you want to access this thing, if suppose there is a device here which is connected to router 1, and the traffic comes to router 1 that I want to go to 10.16.15.0. So router 1 will have a routing table, and in that routing table, suppose we have entered that this traffic will go to FA0/0. So traffic will go this way, and from router 2 it will go to 10.16.15.0. If we enter that 10.16.15.0 exists on FA0/1, then the traffic won't go from here. It will go from here, because we have entered that 10.16.15.0 exists at 0/1. So router will forward that traffic to 0/1, and then router 3 will pick up that, and then it will go on. So this is how a static route works. For route 1 we have done that. Now at the same time we have router 2. So in router 2 we will install that. For router 2, 192.168.10.0, 10.16.15.0 and 172.16.10.0. These will be local route. So these will be installed as local route: 16.10.0, 172.16.10.0 and 10.16.15.0. These will be local. So for router 2, these three routes will be local. But if you want to send your traffic to 192.168.20.0 or 10.10.0.0, for all those routes we have to manually go to router 2, and in the routing table we have to install or establish these route that 192.168.20.0 exist at FA0/0 for router 2. So we'll go FA0/0. So yeah, this is basically static routing in a nutshell, and how you can use that in a Cisco router. Now I will get to some practical example in Cisco Packet Tracer, that how to configure these routes. Let's see that. Yeah, in Cisco router, suppose we have 3 different routers and we want to set up static route between all of them. So we have router 0, router 1 and router 2. Now for router 0, this 10.10.10.0 is a local network. So we don't have to go in router 0 manually, and we don't have to install that. But router 0 doesn't know that where 192.168.10.0 exists. So for that, in router 0, we will have to install static route. The same way router 1 would know that 10.10.10.0 and 192.168.10.0 are my local route. So no need to install anything here. But for router 2, we need to install, this is the local route for router 2, but we need to install this 10.10.10.0, that it exists. So for that, let me quickly give these routers interfaces some IP addresses. So I have installed some networks over all of these routers. So router 0 has 10.10.10.1 at SE2/0 interface. Router 1 has 10.10.10.2 and 192.168.10.1, and router 2 has 192.168.10.2. So suppose I want I go to this router 1 and I want to exit from here. I want to ping what? I want to ping 10.10.10.10.2, which is router 1's SE2/0. So I want to ping this. So wait, let me exit from here also. Now I can use that ping command. So I want to ping, see, I can successfully ping the SE2/0 interface on router 1. Now the same thing, I want to ping, which is this SE3/0 on router 1. So when I do that, see, I'm not able to ping that. Right off timeout. I will Control Z that, Control C. This is the reason, because we will go to the router and we will see the routing table, which is show IP route. Now see, in the routing table of this router, what do we have? We have 10.0.0.0/30 is connected directly to serial 2/0 on router 0. Now we have to add that 192.168.10.0/30. This network, this whole network exists at SE2/0, right? So we will go here, we will go to router 0. For router 0, that 192.168.10.0 will exist at SE2/0. So we will go here, we will create a static route. So configuration terminal, then IP route is the command, and you will see that destination prefix is 192.168.10.0. Now destination prefix mask, which is 255.255.255.252. Then we can either select forwarding router's address, or we can select an interface. So I'm going to select a serial interface here, which is serial 2/0. So I will select serial 2/0. And this entry has been added to the router. Now if I go to exit and show IP route, now you can see that a static entry, S means static here. The static entry of 192.168.10.0 has been directly connected to serial 2/0. So now the traffic can go from router 0 to router 1 to router 2. For traffic to come back from that, we have to set up a static route at this router 2 as well. For router 2, if we see now, show IP route, we have only one entry in the route, which is 192.168.10.0/30. This one for router 2, right? So we have to add this 10.10.10.0. For that, we will go to configuration terminal, IP route 10.10.10.0, 255.255.255.252, and then for this interface is SE2/0, this interface only, SE2/0. Then show IP route and do show IP route, because in the configuration terminal mode, if you want to run any command which runs at this mode, then we will have to do command. So 192.168.10.0 now 10.10.10.10.0.0/30 10.10.10.0, this has been connected to this static route has been added, right? Now if I try to ping from this router to 192.168.10.1, see, success. 10.2, success. So we have added a static route to both of these routers. This router won't need a static route because it knows that, okay, this is its local route, this is its local route. So router 1 doesn't need any configuration, router 0 and router 2 needs configuration. So we did that and the connectivity has been established. So this is how an static route works in a routing table. You can make some complex architecture after watching this lecture and just study that, okay, how this static route works. It's pretty simple, but it's an important part of your CCNA exam. So prepare for that. Thanks for watching this video and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.